Hello everybody and welcome back to another round of the League of Europe F2 series. We are back for round 8, two-thirds of the way through the season after tonight. So getting down to the business end of things. We are in Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Street Circuit. Never been done in the F2 cars before in Eloise, so this is a first on that front, and I'm quite looking forward to this. We had it, I think, 2 weeks ago on the F1 side of things for the first time, and that was absolute chaos. And let's see what happens with the F2. It's a bit slower, so the corners might not be as much of a challenge, but yeah, still gonna be a few instants, I can guess. But going into tonight, after 7 of the 12 rounds, we have a new leader, I think, for the first time all season. Verstappen is no longer leading the championship. It is Nathan, now ahead by 11 points after a first and a second at Brazil. Then Verstappen, so he's 11 points behind in second. Campbell is 11 points behind him in third. Then Rocco a bit further back in fourth. He is 41 points off the lead after only scoring 8 points in Brazil compared to Nathan's 43. So massive swing, Rocco right down there now, but obviously it can completely go the other way and he could get straight back into it this race. Ben is in fifth, but he is not racing tonight. Larkin in sixth. Luke 7th, he's not racing either. Tope is 8th, Miami 9th, and we have Nolan in the top 10 in 10th place, 3 points ahead of B Morgan for that battle for 10th. As we get finally we're about to load the qualifying session. They get to pick their presets, which will be very interesting round here. You go really low on the downforce to try and maximise the straights, or try and maximise the first sector as much as you can with a slightly more wing. We'll yet to find out. But on the constructor side of things, Carlin kind of took a bit more of a commanding lead. They are 45 points out in front of HWA after Brazil. ART, yeah, they're well over 100 points back, so it kind of turning into a two-team race in the constructors. But ART third, Campos in fourth, and UNI Virtuosi in fifth, as we are about to get underway in qualifying as they start their laps. We are on board with Killer Blue to start this qualifying lap. Very easy to get an invalidation round here, as you can see. We are on official time, as Mark is already retired from the session. But we are on official time, which round here it means qualifying in the day. As I want I want that. There we go. As Killer Blue is actually currently in first place as you come through the first sector. Yeah, very nicely done from Killer Blue into first place as you get through the first sector. There's a DRS zone there, which very short DRS zone won't have much impact in these cars. As I'm just looking down the field, we've probably got some invalidations already. But we've got Nathan in. Oh, that's really wide from Killer Blue. He was on a great lap. And he's nearly put it in the wall. He's dropping down the field. He's down to 9th already. As Rocco now currently on provisional pole. We have Nathan in second. Verstappen's 4th. Campbell battling for 5th. But Killer Blue did a fantastic job for that first sector. And just nearly did pretty much lose it through that corner. Just kept it out of the wall. But it's going to cost him a much better grid slot for the feature race. Not going to cost him too much for the sprint race, because as it stands he'll be on the front row for that anyway. As they come up to the line now, it's going to be Nathan taking yet another pole, this one by just over 3 tenths from Rocco. Jerome takes 3rd place in qualifying. I think, yeah, there were several invalidations. Not surprised to see that one. I think Verstappen was 4th. I couldn't see if Campbell got 5th in the end. He did get 5th in the end. So Campbell takes 5th. Dari 6th. Miami 7th. Heated 8th. Killer Blue in the end dropping down all the way to 9th. And Rudy in 10th place. I think this is Rudy's first race this season, and I do not remember if he's raced in previous seasons, but yes, this is his first race of this season in the Chevreuse, stepping in for I think Chill today. But there we have it, and obviously we flipped the top 10 around, but Rudy will have a pole for the sprint race. But there we have it. Jordan and Ibo, only the top 12 times. Tope, Larkin, Scream, Pease, Nolan, Mark, and B. Morgan, either all invalidated or all retired from the session. I know Mark retired from the session. I did not see if B. Morgan, it came up on my screen that he'd retired from the session, but I'm not sure. But everyone else from 13th down had just not set a valid lap time. Dry tyres, as seen on the pit wall there, or in the pits there, sorry. So it will be a dry start at least, and I mean, looking at the sky, it's probably going to be a dry race in its entirety. I do not know how many laps it is. Jeddah is one of the longest circuits, but it's fairly quick. Well, it's the second quickest as well, so it's like Monza in that. Monza's the quickest race of the season. This is only 10 laps for a feature race, so this will go by pretty quickly. But there we do have Rudy on pole. Cortez has joined the session. He must have just, yeah. Someone else has joined the session as well that I didn't notice. I cannot remember who that was. But we actually have 20 drivers. I think we were only meant to have... No, I think we were meant to have 20. So, yeah, Cortez is in the session. I think he's in the Campos, though. No, he's in the MP. He is in the HWA. So his points will count for HWA, not for MP. But that will just have to be remembered later down the line. And Cortez was doing laps in TT instead of joining the session, which is why he's only just joined and didn't get to do qualifying. But he starts P20 in this race and in the feature race as well. But this man on pole position for his first race, his in the sprint race. Rudy, 10th place in qualifying. Gets to give it a go from the front of the field. He's got to watch the guy behind him. Killer Blue on for a very good lap before that. Massive error. Well, I say error. He nearly crashed out of his qualifying. Could have been a lot worse, actually. But, yeah, dropped from... He was at P1 at the time, down to P9 in the end. He starts this one P2. Chance to pick up some points in this race. Clearly has some very good pace for the first sector, but it's all about that launch to the line. It's not a very long distance to the start of the lap, as to the first corner, as we have some disqualifications in qualifying. Great, as we wait for everyone to get to the grid to start this sprint race around Jeddah. Cortez is going to be the last driver onto the grid, so we can get this race underway. 10 laps for the sprint. No pit stops required, as all the drivers just get into their grid slots now, and we will have the lights start to build. Now we have it. Here's the lights for the first ever race at Jeddah in F2. And it's a good start from Rudy on the front row. Not very good from Killer Blue, as he's going to go into this corner side by side with Heated. There's a... Oh, that was Miami up the inside. The other Chevreuse driver. Oh, no, the other Trident driver having a look at his teammate. And that is Heated round at the exit of turn 2. Just all on his own. He's just lost it completely. Heated round. I don't know if anyone else has got damage, but Cortez making up positions as well. He's up to 15th. It's a good start from him. 5 second 5 second penalty for Dari. I don't know if that was for overtaking under the yellow flag when Heated had spun, but here we have quite a big battle here. Cortez up the inside of Jordan, gets that position done. Is he going to try and make a move on B. Morgan as well? Has a think about it, doesn't make it in the end. Verstappen actually losing out on that start, down to 11th. Oh, there's a front wing. There's a front wing. That was... I don't know who that was. Let us just look, though. Verstappen down 4 places. Dari's down 7 places. Jordan down 5 as well. As Cortez goes to the outside of B. Morgan here. And Nathan already up to 4th place. So, oh, that is Cortez all over the road. This is an incredible battle to start the race with. But we've got a battle further up the field. Miami on the back of his teammate, Killer Blue. Trying to go around the outside. He's got enough grip out there. Is Killer Blue going to give him the room? Yes, he is. All over the back of Rudy. Jerome battling with Campbell as Miami is now ahead of Killer Blue. You've got Nathan right in behind there. Nathan trying to find his way through. What's he going to do? As they're nearly 3 wide into turn 1. That's Rudy off at turn 2. He's going to hold that position. No, he's not. So Miami takes the lead on the at the start of lap 2. Killer Blue up the inside as Mark is now retired in the pit lane. As we also have Heated and Dari into the pit lane. But Miami takes the lead. Killer Blue up to 2nd. Nathan in 3rd. And actually, Rudy down to 7th place. Has he got damage? Or has he just had an incredibly bad run through that first sector where he's lost? He's lost 8... Wait, he's gone from... Oh, Killer Blue. They are... Wow, okay. Double overtake. Jerome... Killer Blue still ahead of Nathan. But Jerome gets through into 2nd place. But as I was saying with Rudy, he's lost 7 positions in 1 sector there. That's an incredibly bad sector. As Miami already out of DRS range. And it's just snuck back in as I've said that. But throughout the field, we've got a lot of movement on this opening lap. Other than his opening lap, Nathan looking for it, can't get it done down into. Well, I don't know the corner numbers around here. There's too many of them. I think it's turn 25 as they come through the DRS zone at the back of the circuit. DRS still not enabled. As Rudy now down to 10th, so maybe Rudy does have some damage. That's just not visible because he is really struggling just to hold on to this. As he's now down to into 10th. As we have Nathan all over the back of Killer Blue. Going side by side down into turn 1. Jerome sets the fastest lap as they start lap 3. DRS is now enabled. Nathan going to hang it around the outside of 1. Turns to the inside for 2. And he spun on the inside of Killer Blue. Killer Blue just turning in. Nathan probably feeling he should be left a bit more room there. But... Oh, that's a difficult one to call. I'm not going to make that call myself. But Nathan drops back into 6th place after that little half spin. Manages to get it going again, though. As Rudy picks up a time penalty. He's now down to 12. Cortez up to 11. So he's up 9 positions in this race. He is the biggest mover, actually. But Rudy down 11. After starting the last lap in 1st place. So, yeah, horrible for 2nd lap for Rudy. And he's just got to compose himself again, get back in the groove as he's got... Unless he's got damage, then if he's got damage, then fair enough. But we will never know on that front as we have Pease, Cortez all together. Pease going to look for it down here. No, he's not. Very late on the brakes. Was the high-tech in front of him with Taupe. But here we go. DRS enabled now. Going board with Cortez. Pease looking for the gap. He's got the inside. Going into the final corner. Is he going to look for a move on Verstappen as well? Yes, he is. He's going to go down the inside of Verstappen. Verstappen giving him that little bit of room. As Cortez manages to sneak all the way up the inside. So Verstappen loses out 2 positions there. As they come down the main straight, Jerome sets the fastest lap, takes the lead of the race. Killer Blue down into 3rd. They're going, yeah, 3 wide down here. That massive battle into turn when Nathan picks up a penalty. And Verstappen trying to still battle Pease. Cortez up into 8th place. So he's up 12 positions now. Cortez doing a fantastic job. Obviously remembering there's no pit stops in this race. We're only on lap 4 and Cortez already up to 8th place. So he's making his way through the field. Verstappen now into 10th. Now down into 10th. So he's just hovering around there. But his championship charge of the last couple of races has kind of halted as he's picked up a penalty. He must have... I think he might have damage, but don't quote me on that one. Oh, no, he does have damage. I did not see that before. So my apologies for not picking that up. He has quite a lot of damage, actually. That right-hand side end plate is completely gone. And that would explain absolutely everything in this race. So, yeah. That is my bad for not picking up on that one. I was just too engrossed in the battling, I guess. As... Killer Blue's still ahead of Nathan. There's now a 3-second gap between 3rd and 2nd. As Nathan goes into the back of Killer Blue there. He's got to be careful with that. Could have been damage. As they come down the back DRS straight. Killer Blue going to look for it at the inside of the final corner. Nathan going to set this up surely for an exit on Campbell. Can he get quite the best run? I don't know. Rocco just in behind this as well, so we've got to be careful here. Nathan going to go to the inside. As they're going to go 3 wide down into turn 1. Rocco going to sneak down the inside as well. He looks for it. He can't get it done. Campbell flies around the outside of turn 1 into 3rd. To get 3rd place back. Nathan takes 4th place from Killer Blue. Now Rocco all over the back of Killer Blue. Nothing doing for him there. There's a 4-second gap already opened up now. Miami and Jerome have just gone. Miami may have been able to stick with Jerome as they kind of pull away at the front of the field. It's going to be very difficult unless they've got a natural pace advantage. Campbell picks up a penalty. Unless they've got a natural pace advantage for any of these guys to try and catch up. As Miami just slipping out of DRS range actually. So maybe that might change, but who knows. Killer Blue also picking up a penalty as they come towards the end of the first sector on lap 5 of this race. But yeah, the penalty should start to come in thick and fast now, I would have thought. And we're about halfway through, and about half the field already has them. As surely Nathan's going to be looking at the back of Campbell in front to try and get past as soon as possible and try and close down those that leading pair all over the curbs, as you can do around here. As Killer Blue's got a run on Nathan actually. Nathan, ooh, that was a bit odd. Killer Blue hits the wall. I don't know if he got damage from that, but Nathan very aggressive on that defense. He doesn't go for it into the final corner. Verstappen making his way past Pease in the background as well. And he's up into 9th place again now. As surely Nathan's going to go for this move now. Down into turn 1. This is going to be P3 for Nathan. Into a bit of clean air. Killer Blue going to look down the inside of Campbell. Not enough room down there. As Pease gets back up the inside of Verstappen into turn 1 and picks up a penalty as well. As Scream makes a move on Rude, so they're battling as well. As Nathan now up into 3rd place. Miami now out of DRS range as well, so 1.6 seconds. So Nathan could start to close that down, but that penalty not going to help him whatsoever in his case to try and win this race. Cortez picks up a penalty now. So his hard work not quite undone. He's still going to have 8th as it stands. But if he wanted further positions, it's a bit more difficult to come by now. Someone has been in a very good position to potentially take a podium here at Rocco. If he can stay with this train, if Nathan can't pull away, then this could be a problem for Nathan. Could be a problem for Campbell as well, as Rocco just sitting in behind. No penalties as of yet. The trains are formally formed. They're properly formed. Not much actually going on at the moment, as Campbell didn't have the DRS open for a minute there. Killer Blue going to have a look. No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind. And surely down the pit straight, they'll have a look at getting Nathan. You can see Miami in the front there. yeah, Verstappen now 1.4 behind Pease, so he's fallen back again. As Campbell is going to get this moved on as Pease sets the fastest lap of the race. Campbell down the inside. Killer Blue looking around the outside for 2. Gets kind of forced out. And actually, Rocco's going to sneak a place there up into P5. So in a few moments of Killer Blue have a look, and Nathan kind of aggressively kind of shut the door. And Nathan holds on to that 4th place. Obviously lost the place to Campbell, but if he can stick within DRS, it won't be much of a problem around here. As Killer Blue picks up another penalty. Nathan going off the track to do his usual trick. As well, yeah. Nathan going off the track to avoid warnings. That's like, what's new there? Name a more iconic duo. Campbell still trying to gain on the drivers on Miami in front, who's now 2.3 off the back of Jerome. But that gap between him and Campbell is not coming down much, if anything, at all. Campbell now going to have to defend from Nathan. Nathan going all the way to the outside. Doesn't want the slipstream with the DRS. And he's going to get it surely down the pit straight again. So they're going to swap positions again. There's Killer Blue now down into 8th place. Cortez up ahead of him. DRS going to be down the pit straight as Nathan surely going to fly back into P3. He does. P sets another fastest lap of the race. So he's got on the back of this group. And you can see Verstappen in the background there. As Killer Blue, yeah, Cortez stays ahead of Killer Blue now. So he's now up to 7th place. Very good drive so far from Cortez to make up from where he started in P20, but he's going to have to do the exact same thing again in the second race. So good luck to him in doing it again. As Rocco picks up a penalty, I said he was in a good position for a podium. Throw that out of the window. He's got another penalty. No, his first penalty, sorry. As Larkin now in a prime position to pick up a podium. As we are on lap 8, I did say it would fly through pretty quickly. Nathan just pulled into that 3-second gap between him and Miami, but yeah, with the penalty it's not going to be enough. I think Nathan, the best he can hope for is 3rd if Larkin gets a penalty, I think, in this race. But the way it's going, well, Larkin actually very close to falling out of DRS here. He's 8. It is just within, but he's very close to falling out. He's got to be very careful. And actually, he's out of a second, but is he going to bunch up at this final corner? Is he going to get back in? We'll have to wait and see. I think he is. So it just depends on if it all bunches up. He's got DRS down the pit straight, so he's going to be able to stick there. As actually there's that's Killer Blue right on the inside. Has he got damage? He has got damage. He's got damage on both end plates. Interesting one. As Campbell gets back into 3rd place. So this battle is just going to continue. They are making a bit of progress, but nothing near the progress they need to make. As Ibo picks up a time penalty. So many time penalties now. As actually we'll just show the penalties. There you go. Yeah, lots of penalties. And as I said, Larkin in a very good position. Top 2 have done very well to avoid penalties, but as Campbell picks up another penalty, that's going to be crucial. So a lot more positions gained for everyone else as it stands. But is anyone else going to pick up? As Nathan's gone very wide, Rocco's gone through. They're going to be side by side, come down here. But no, actually, no, Rocco clean through on Nathan. So Nathan a bit wide at the spoon corner. And yeah, the little banks kind of hairpin at the end of the lap, and Rocco straight through. There's a lap car involved here. I think that's Ibo. Rocco going to have DRS on Campbell. Campbell not going to have DRS. There's damage. There's definitely damage there. And I think that might have been Nathan. Nathan has picked up damage at the end of this race, so he's going to lose out to Larkin here. He's lost out to Rocco as well. This is going to be a painful last lap for Nathan. He's probably got the gap behind, but that's going to be painful for with the damage. So we have a yellow flag at the other end of the circuit. That's B Morgan in P16. He's round. But he won't lose a position from that because of the penalties of Taupe. As it stands. Jerome picks up his first time penalty, but he is so far out in front that it's not going to matter. As Pease and Verstappen are now back. Verstappen back involved. I think Pease picked up damage. He did. So Verstappen now back involved with Pease, and I think he's got this position as it currently stands. Yes, so Verstappen currently back up to 8th. So good recovery from Verstappen. With the damage, he's going to get 8th as it stands, as Nathan now picks up his second time penalty, so that's going to cost him a few places. Well, actually, it doesn't cost him anything as of yet, but the damage, I think there was a bit more damage going on, because Cortez has now got 2 end plates missing, so everyone must have picked up damage at the end of this race. That's why the train kind of disappeared. But fair play to... There's only 2 drivers that have actually kept it clean the whole race. As Taupe is now out of the race at the exit of turn 2. Same place where Heated had crashed earlier. As we're coming towards the end of this race now. As it stands, Larkin did pick up a penalty. So as it stands, Rocco is going to finish on the podium as Cortez picks up his second time penalty. And that is going to lose him a position. Maybe 2. Oh, no, only the 1 position because of the penalties. Now here comes Jerome across the line. Kind of got into the lead and just disappeared up the road from Miami. He wins in Jeddah. Oh, no, wait, what? Did Jerome pick up 2? I'm completely blind today. I don't know what's going on. I did not see Jerome pick up his second penalty. If that was on the final lap, I completely missed that. But yeah, Miami actually wins. Jerome must have picked up a penalty literally right at the end. Wow, okay. As B Morgan retires from the session in 16th place. But Miami wins from Jerome. Rocco picks up 3rd in the end. Larkin 4th. Campbell in the end is 5th. Nathan was on for a podium and finished 6th in the end. Verstappen recovers to 7th after having damaged pretty much the whole race. Cortez 8th, even with 2 end plates, that's still ahead of recovery driver. He's actually got no wing now. I did not see Jerome pick up his second penalty. That is, apparently he got an instant penalty, which, yeah, okay. My bad for missing that one. But there we have it. Cortez driver of the day. I would definitely agree with that. Because he did a mega job to get through the field. But there we have it. Miami wins the sprint race in Jeddah. I just want to check where he is. He finished 2nd in the sprint at China, and he finished 3rd in the sprint at Baku. So this is his best result of the season. He was on for his joint best result anyway. So best result of the season for Miami. Jerome finishing 2nd still, even with the second time penalty. I just want to see what his best result of the season was, if I can find it. So he finished 2nd in the feature race at Imola. So this is his, kind of his joint best result. But there we have it. Miami wins from Jerome, just from keeping it clean. Just from no penalties. Rocco 3rd in the end. Larkin 4th. Campbell 5th. Nathan 6th. Verstappen 7th. Cortez 8th. Pease in 9th. Killer Blue 10th. Scream in 11th. Nolan finishes 12th. Rudy in the end. He pretty much lost all those places on lap 2. Down in 13th, Jordan 14th, Darry in 15th. And then the non-points scorers are B. Morgan, Taupe, Ibo, and Heated. Oh, and there's one more actually. That would be Mark. As we now get into the big one, the feature race, Nathan has a chance to put the damage at the end of the race behind him as he starts this one from pole position. Rocco will start second. Jerome third, actually, in this one. So he did a great job to get through the field and get to the front. We'll have to see if he decides to look at that instant penalty. I think if it's an instant penalty, he'll probably look at getting that removed, but we'll have to wait and see. I am not the steward. I do not make those decisions. And we will find out this time next week. So we'll see what he does with that one. But I'm assuming if he thinks it's an instant one, he will report it. But here we have it. Nathan on pole. He is absolutely just going for it on the formation lap. This one, 14 laps, mandatory tyre change from lap 3 onwards, and more points given out for the fact it's a longer race. I just want to get up the tyre selection. There we go. So Nathan and Rocco have both gone for soft, so they're clearly just trying to pull away at the start of this race, which if they can do it on the first 2 laps, get away from DRS, they have got a very good chance in this race of finishing well. Everyone else, well, Miami's gone soft, Jordan Nebo gone soft, and Nolan Mark B. Morgan got places to make up at the back. They've gone soft. Everyone else on the mediums. It's going to be very interesting to see which strategy pays off as we now make our way onto the starting grid. Well, Nathan makes his way on the starting grid. We are going to be waiting, I think, for Mark, though, who is all the way back here. I don't even know if he's in the session, or if he's in AI mode or something. I guess we'll find out when they get to the grid, but I think if he's not in the session, it wouldn't have done his, unless he disconnected at the start. But we'll have to wait and see as they make their way to the grid. Well, he makes his way to the grid. He'll be the final one to get there. So we'll just have to wait for if it's him or his AI car to get to his grid slot. And there we have it. Mark into position, and we will be about to have the lights for the feature race in Jeddah. And here we have the 5 red lights building. And away they go. Good start from Nathan. Not a great start from Rocco. We think he's going to be side by side, but he's just going to have that covered from Jerome on the outside. Nathan holding onto that lead. Rocco holding onto second. It's all calm at the front. Miami gains a position at the start, up to 6th place. So him on the softs is making a bit of work. That further down the field, Cortez already battling for. Well, he's up into 16th already, Cortez. There's so much going on around here. He's trying to go around the outside of Pease. Is he going to get that space? They are teammates for this race, but English. There we go. Cortez is actually in the HWA, so his points count for him and his teammate Verstappen in the Constructors' Championship. As we have Tope dropping down through the field. We have Verstappen on the back of Jerome. Nothing doing there. Cortez still at the back of this battle. It's a massive battle up in front. Basically from Rudy down. They've already dropped out of a second as Killer Blue side by side with Heated on the. Ooh, that was. I couldn't see what was going on there. Heated, Killer Blue off the track. And now they've got Larkin joining in with the battle, so this is gonna end. Well, this could end in tears. As they're all gonna get through here. Killer Blue on the outside. Larkin, it's the 3 wide. Larkin later on the brakes, try to go all the way around the outside. Killer Blue, the one that loses out in the end, doesn't get to take advantage of that battling. Is Verstappen now side by side with Jerome on the inside for turn 1. Is he going to be able to hold this position? It's Not impossible to hold it around the outside of turn 1, but Jerome doesn't go for it in the end. And oh, bit of a tank slacker on Verstappen on the exit, but he manages to hold that off as Killer Blue trying to battle Heated again. Just going to lose out in that one again. It's now got Rudy on the back of him. Look at that battle behind. P's off the track, trying to get past Nolan as there's a yellow flag, and I think that is B Morgan. Yep, B Morgan round at turn, whatever turn it is. Too many numbers. I could do turn 1, but yeah, B Morgan round as we now have Jerome all over the back of Verstappen. So this is going to be that battle. The leaders have pulled away. Nathan 1.5 clear of Rocco. Rocco 1.5 clear of Verstappen. So the soft runners at the front have gotten away. Miami on the back of this group. So the softs are keeping him there and probably letting him attack a lot more. I would have thought fairly early pit stop. The tyres don't really die around here. So if they want to do the undercut fairly early, they can do. It's Killer Blue side by side with Heated again. Similar position to the last lap, and Heated, Heated and Killer Blue, I do not understand what's just happened there. That could be a full course safety car, and it is going to be, it's a virtual safety car. No driver, they can't pit for a mandatory stop this time around, but that was bizarre. To me, it just looked like they met in the middle, and they got dragged into the corner, so... Yeah, it's always difficult when you're going side by side down a straight that isn't straight. Yeah. But yeah, that's how that one's ended, as Nolan has decided to pit. So that must be for damage. If this is not a front wing change, then I do not know what he's doing. But I can see a front wing, I think. No? Huh. That is an interesting decision. Because it's only lap 2. Oh, well, he came in on lap 2. So that, yeah, that's a bit interesting. I don't quite understand why he's done that, because he will have to pit again under the regulations. As we have Jerome going for a move on Verstappen down the inside of the one of the hairpins, and he gets that move done. Miami's still at the back of this train. Nathan managed to get another second on Rocco, as Pease is battling with Taupe further down the field. Bit of a gap back to Cortez, who I think actually has some damage. I think Cortez once again has, yeah, right hand side end plate damage, and he's battling with Scream. Scream thinks better of that one. Is DRS enabled this time around? It should be, but we'll find out. Yes, it is. So DRS enabled as Verstappen makes a move back on Jerome, but the DRS down the pit straight. Yeah, are any of the soft runners going to pit? That is Miami hitting the wall there. As actually Verstappen decides to pit. Okay. Verstappen deciding to pit for the soft compound tyres. So clearly the softs can go quite a way. So actually the mediums is an undercut round here. And it'll be very interesting to see what the pace, how good the pace is going to be on fresh softs compared to the guys currently on the softs. So we also have Rudy Pease, Heated, and Darry into the pits as well. Nolan onto the medium. I'm still a bit baffled by his decision to pit under the VSC. Because he does have to pit again. And unless the regulation is now lap 2, but I thought it was lap 3. And I will clarify this when I can find the rules. So give me a moment on that one. But I thought it was a mandatory stop after lap 3. If I can find... So I cannot find it. But yeah, as we have B Morgan making a move on Mark's Ghost car. Campbell now on the back of Jerome. Jerome no DRS now. Him and Verstappen keeps swapping positions. But are these guys going to react to that? Surely they've got to, as Nathan sets the fastest lap of the race. Jerome in. Campbell stays out. So, interesting call. Miami and stay out on those softs. So now I know the strategy, because I didn't know the strategy before. Now it makes sense to me that the soft runners are going to stay out a lot longer than the medium runners. As we have Larkin and Cortez joining Jerome in the pits for a set of the soft compound tyres. As they make their way back out to track, they're going to be behind this group. Verstappen. How far ahead is Verstappen going to be of Jerome as they come out the pits? So he's just there. Jerome just gets out ahead of Nolan, but just out of DRS range from Verstappen. So the undercut doing just enough to pull him away, but has he got the pace to maintain that? We'll have to wait and see, as Jerome's tyres will be a little bit cold, as they'll no tyre blankets in F2, so whatever temperature you put them on at is they're starting at their normal temperature. It's yeah. As Jerome, no DRS that time around, so he's just got to push to try and get in DRS. But this is interesting for Campbell, as there is a car in the wall. That is Jordan sideways, trying to get it turned round. And he does get it turned around. No safety car going to be called out. As surely Campbell is going to be in the pits this time around. Jerome not gaining on Verstappen at all, actually. Are we going to get the rest of the soft run? The soft run is going to stay out. So Verstappen is going to get onto the back of this queue. Well, Jordan's there. I think Ibo's involved in that. Mark is ARA. As Campbell actually decides to stay out longer. So everyone else going for the undergame. He's playing the long game on this one. As Ibo moves out of the way. And now we have Verstappen on the back of Jordan. Both with DRS. Verstappen doing the fastest lap of the race. Verstappen going to go down the inside. Can he get it done on the brakes? Yes, he can. So Verstappen up into 8th place. Very nicely done. And actually, Jerome's going to catch this at the worst time. He's going to get stuck behind Jordan in the first sector, which is not ideal when he's on fresh tyres. Verstappen managing to get through just before that. So perfect timing for him. As, yeah, he's going to lose a chunk of time, I think, behind Jordan just in this first sector. Should have the DRS to try and get past now, but that's not helped him one bit. It's now 1.6 behind Verstappen. As Miami is starting to fall off the back of Campbell, so Campbell clearly got some decent pace on those medium compound tyres. Is he starting to gain on the leaders? Not really. Nathan is well and truly up the road in this race, nearly 4 seconds from Rocco in second place. Only the one penalty picked up so far. We're on lap 6, so everyone doing a lot better on that front in this race. As they come through into the final sector. Does Jerome 1.6 seconds, still that gap to Verstappen, as Campbell now into the pits. He's going to lose, I think he's going to lose those 2 positions. He could come out behind Jordan here. It's going to be close. I don't know, but he went a lot longer, so he clearly playing the long game, trying to get his tyres into working range at the end of the race. And so I've just clarified, the mandatory stop is on or after lap 3, so Nolan will have to pit again. Otherwise it's a disqualification, I would assume. As Campbell does come out behind Jerome, 1.2 seconds behind, so he is, yeah, pretty much where he was before, but now just there's no DRS between any of them. And he has a lot of ground to make. They really need to be in DRS of each other. Trying to swap places. Are Heated out of the race in the pits. Larkin picks up a time penalty. As I said, only one time penalty. There's the second one. As we're going to get soft runners in soon. You would have thought, unless the softs are still good, but maybe you want to think about getting fresh tyres. I don't know. They are about to come up to halfway in this race. 7 laps to go. Is Nathan going to dive into the pits this time around? No, he's not. So he's going to stay out for another lap. On to lap 8 they go, as Nathan does the fastest lap of the race. So his pace is still clearly very good, as he's now 4.8 seconds ahead of Rocco, who's 5.2 ahead of Miami himself. So massive gaps at the front of the field. There's 18 seconds back to B Morgan, who's currently in 4th place, yet to pit. He's on the same strategy as the 3 in front of him. As now Cortez is out the wall, out of the race. He's in the wall. Oh, and that is a full course safety car. Well, what this does is it allows all the leaders are going to get to go onto the mediums. Allows Nolan to do his mandatory stop. I was just I was just a bit confused, but he clearly has more clue on his own strategy than I do. Who would have thought? But here we go. Nathan gonna get a stop under the safety car, so he's gonna retain the lead, unless anyone stays out. But I do not think anyone would stay out. 6 laps to go, medium tyres, and he's gonna have probably, I think, a 3-car buffer to the next driver on the softs. And this actually brings Campbell back into play. I think Jerome might have been close to getting in DRS. But Campbell back into play now with the leaders. It's going to be very interesting. What's the difference between the softs and the mediums? Nathan's pace was clearly still very good on the softs. And I don't think this will be a very long safety car either. It'll probably be in at the end of, well, I hope lap 10. We can get 4 laps at the end of the race. But yeah, still very few penalties have happened so far. Oh, no, I've just seen that Nolan forgot about the... I don't know if it was the tyre rule, but I think there's a rule with the VSC and pitting and something like that. But yeah, he may have forgotten about that. So maybe I wasn't confused. No, I was a bit confused. Rocco into the pits, Miami into the pits, and I think B Morgan will probably be into the pits. Nathan going to be in the lead still. Rocco still ahead of Miami. Miami yet to make... Well, Miami's going to change his front wing, so Miami could actually lose out on 3rd place here. And yeah, there we go. Verstappen flies through. They all fly through. Miami loses out. And he's going to drop well down the field, actually. A lot further down the field than I thought he was going to drop. And he's going to be, I think, in, 9th place here. So Verstappen actually in 3rd. That makes it even more interesting at the end of this race. He's only 2 positions off the win. And as I said, I think 4 laps we'll get 4 laps at the end, hopefully. Depending on how quickly how slowly the safety car goes. It's not going particularly slowly. And we will have to wait for the final car, which I think will be Ibo, who is just getting up to the finish line now. So hopefully he can get round in time for us to start on lap 10 at least. I think it's a bit too much to try and get going this lap. We'll have to wait and see. Nathan up behind the safety car. Which will go very quickly through this section of the track, because it doesn't actually need to slow for any of these corners. So yeah, the safety car not very slow around this track whatsoever, actually. See Ibo coming up towards the end of the first sector as the safety car makes its way into the final sector. So I think it'll be a lap 10 restart for 4 laps remaining. Once the safety car come in on lap 10, there will be no further safety car, because I don't think it can come out with 4 laps to go. But anyway, as they come around to the final corner under the safety car, I can check other things. Yeah, I had to question that rule then, whether it had changed or not. I didn't think it had changed, but yeah, that made me question it. because to do it under a VSC is the baffling thing, and no, they do it. No, not to do it under a VSC. To do it on lap 2 and not have damage is the baffling thing. Because I'm like, if you have damage, I understand it, because it's a bit more difficult to drive without damage. Actually, B Morgan back into the pits. Has he just put on it? Yes, he has. B Morgan put on a set of the soft tyres, so he clearly did not want to be on the mediums at the restart. He's not going to lose. I don't think he lost out that many positions. I think he was in about 11th or 12th or something like that. I can't actually remember where, but he's now down in 15th on the soft compound tyres. But we are just waiting for the back to join the safety car queue. Hopefully we get it going this lap. They are in the same sector pretty much. Only about 4 corners off. So hopefully we can get the safety car going. Well, yeah, the safety car ending at the end of this lap. And a restart for Nathan to control. His pace was very good on the soft compound tyres, but now he has mediums. He's got the good thing here for him is he's got Rocco right behind, also on the mediums, but then soft cars, the six soft tyred cars just behind him, who are all going to be looking to try and make their way up the field to those top 2 places. As we are going to get everyone join the back of the safety car now, are we? Or no? I think we are going to get everyone on the back of the safety car queue by the end of this lap. But is it going to come early enough for the safety car to end? I think I see a tactic going on here, which I would, and it hasn't worked. I don't know if Nathan was purposely backing up from the safety car there, but he'd pulled a pretty big gap from the safety car before it had said it was coming in, so I don't know what that was going on, but he's going to go very slowly on this restart, so we've got to watch out for incidents at the start of this as we get going again. Safety car in the pits, so anytime now Nathan can decide to go. He's going to go as late as possible. Nathan goes now. He caught Rocco a bit napping. Verstappen and Girona are going to be side by side, so this is going to be very interesting down to turn 1. Verstappen clearly got a bit more wing, a bit less wing, sorry, as he got him down the straights. As Rudy now picks up a penalty. Rudy up in 7th place, battling as we have B Morgan round, I think, at turn 1, but he's managed to get it going again. Verstappen stays ahead of Girona then, so Verstappen all over the back of Rocco. He's nearly lost a second, well, he has lost a second already to Nathan, and Verstappen's going to be looking all over the back of him trying to get through as they come down to the hairpin corner. Is he going to have a move around the outside, maybe? Is there enough grip out there? Even with the softs, is there enough grip out there? He's going to try it. Nothing doing for him out there. Stays ahead of Girona still. This is a crucial. How quickly can Verstappen get through on Rocco? He's all over the back of him. Surely it's only a matter of time as Nathan picks up a penalty. Nathan picks up a penalty. That is, yeah, okay. Okay, Nathan, cheers. Makes the chase of these guys less dramatic, but he is still clearing that gap, so maybe there is still going to be a chase to be had. See, it's so difficult to overtake without the DRS. You just get you're stuck behind, but clearly, surely there's a place for Slipstream now as they come down towards the final corner. Verstappen, is he going to get forced to the outside? No, he's not. Rocco is going to give him the inside, going to try and swing it round the outside. Is there enough grip out there for Rocco? There is. He's got the grip down the straight. He's got the straight line speed. Basically pushing Verstappen. Girona in behind this. You get a great view. Verstappen has the inside for 1, and he's surely going to get it done on the brakes. Rocco going to try and hang it round the outside. Verstappen still there, and he's surely ahead now. Rocco going to try and hold it, but that is Verstappen into 2nd place, 2.4 seconds behind Nathan. The tyres are 7 laps old, but the softs clearly hang on around here. What's his pace like compared to Nathan? That's the real question. Is Nathan quick enough to actually maintain that gap? We'll have to wait and see. As Nolan picks up a time penalty. So the time penalties are starting to fly in now. As Nathan clearly does have a bit of pace on those mediums. Who would have thought? Yeah, Nathan, really quick today. Has he got enough pace to clear that 3 seconds? The other aspect we've got to consider is the DRS is going to be enabled on the next lap. And it's going to be interesting to see if that benefits Nathan or not. Obviously, he's not under threat from being overtaken by DRS. And actually, he's about to pull out a 3-second gap to Verstappen, as Miami, I think, has made a little mistake through that corner there. He's down into 11th place. But actually, the gap has pretty much opened up as Rocco and Jerome are side by side. That was very close, I think, to the wall on the inside. They keep it clean, just about. As Nathan sets the fastest lap of the race, a 40.6 on the medium tyres. That's faster than any lap anyone's done on the softs, clearly. And, Jerome looking down the inside of Rocco. There's a bit of contact. Campbell involved in this as well. Campbell going to get past Jerome, surely. He has the outside for this next corner. Jerome going to stick up the inside, but Campbell all the way around the outside. There's a bit of contact and actually do very well to avoid a spin there, as Jerome's going to lose out to Larkin. He's going to lose out to Rudy as well. Yes, he is. So Rudy up into 6th place as well. But with the penalty, he's probably going to lose that again. As Rocco now 1.8 seconds behind Verstappen. Verstappen has turned it up a gear. He's out of DRS range. Has he got enough to just hold it within this 3-second window? It's going to be so close at the end of this race, says Campbell now all over the back of Rocco. One in this podium. Rocco clearly not quite on it with the medium tyres, as he was on the softs. But Campbell now, the DRS train has formed. There is going to be DRS as Nolan picks up another time penalty, as we can actually look at the penalties there. There we go. That gap between Verstappen and Nathan, every time I look at it, it's just gone over 3 seconds. 3.4. Has Verstappen hit the wall? Has Verstappen hit the wall? I think he has. Yes, Verstappen's hit the wall. He must have hit the wall on the inside, turning in there. And he's got front wing damage. That is a big blow for Verstappen. And that's just saved Nathan's race, unless he picks up another time penalty. Campbell now up into P3. Has he got DRS? No, he hasn't. There's a car backwards in the background. That is Emily Tope going backwards. He's got damage. Nathan does another fastest lap of the race. Has he hit the wall as well? Oh, Nathan's gone off. Nathan's gone off. Wow. What's going on at the end of this race? Nathan, no damage. He's just gone straight on at turn 1. I don't know what's happened there, but he's now down to 6th place. So Verstappen, after all of that, is still in the lead. Okay then, I am losing my voice. And I'm going very high-pitched because this is just bonkers. Nathan back up into 5th place off the track, so that might be questioned, as Nolan picks up another time penalty. He's now up to 12, so he's collecting them like Panini stickers. Rocco now back ahead of Campbell. This is for P2. If they can get close enough to Verstappen, it's potentially for the win, depending on the DRS. Rocco closing in on Verstappen. It's now 5 tenths, and it's going to be less come to the end of this back straight. Who's got enough? Have they got enough to try and get near Verstappen and take this win? This is going to be so close between 3 drivers I did not think would be fighting for this win on the final lap. Rocco makes a mistake. Campbell flies through. Campbell now going to be on the back of Verstappen. Verstappen no DRS. Campbell with the DRS down to the final corner. Is he going to hang back and try and get this done on the final straight? I think he is. Verstappen with that front wing damage. Campbell with a little bit of a slide. Is that going to cost him? Down to the finish line. Who's going to win this race? Who's going to cross the line in first? It's going to be Verstappen, who wins the feature race in Jeddah. That was absolute bonkers. That was absolutely bonkers. Verstappen wins from just over a tenth, by just over a tenth from Campbell. Rocco finishes 3rd. Pease in the end finishes 4th. I did not see that one, so very good job from Pease. Larkin 5th in the end. I think Scream finished 6th. There's a massive pile-up. That is an AI car. I think might be Tope. Pease driver of the day by the game. I'm going to give him that as well, as I didn't really see much of Piece's progress, but he does finish 4th in the end. But there we have it. Verstappen wins. And that was a weird glitch. Okay, if anyone saw that, I have no idea either. But that could be a massive point in the championship. Nathan just gone straight on at turn 1. I have no idea what has happened to him. But he's just gone straight on. He's finished 7th in the end. Verstappen wins the feature race. That's the big point. So Nathan looked dominant the whole race. But yeah, there we have it. Verstappen wins the feature race, and I don't know if that's enough to put him back in the championship lead, but it'll be very, very close again. If not, I actually he might have just got it back. Campbell finishes 2nd. Rocco finishes 3rd. Pease finishes 4th, and actually, did Pease take the fastest lap? I don't think he did. Nathan, I think, gets the fastest lap, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Larkin finishes 5th. Scream 6th. Nathan 7th in the end. Jerome 8th in the end with his penalties. Miami in 9th. Darry 10th. Jordan 11th. Rudy 12th. Nolan 13th. Ibo 14th. Mark 15th. Those are the point scores. And then Tope, B. Morgan, Cortez, Heated, and Killer Blue. No points for them. But that is another round of F2 complete. And that was absolutely bonkers. And I have no idea what's just happened at the end of that race. But it's going to be hard to top that. I thought Baku was the one where everything was crazy. But it's going to be very hard to top what's just happened at the end of that race. In terms of chaos throughout the season. But let's just give a run through of the week to come. Hopefully, fingers crossed, PC will race this weekend, this Friday, Australia, and it is scheduled to be the final race of the season, unfortunately. But that is 8 PM, fingers crossed, on Friday, and then we have the PS4, PS5 divisions on Saturday, 6:30 and 8 PM, and Australia, which makes its return for the first time since Season 5. And then F2 is back next Tuesday, and it goes to Sochi currently. I don't think it's being changed. There were discussions of it being changed, but I don't think it's being changed. Don't know what it's gonna be called in the stream title, but we're just gonna say Sochi for now. But yeah, until next week, from everyone here at LOE, enjoy the rest of your week, everyone, and hopefully Friday, if not Saturday, we will see you next time.